starting to fill in here at the Excel London Arena. Tommy Marquez alongside Mads Jacobson. Bibbo Mascotto will be joining us from the floor in just a moment. We just saw the first heat of teams tackle this. Now it's time for the top qualifiers out of the team quarterfinals to tackle event number 1, presented by Monster Hydro, and it's called the Inferno.
Well, it is the male-female pair who will start with a 2,000-meter run. They will then move on to a 1,200-meter row. After that, it is 300 double unders. As soon as pair number 1 finishes the 2,000-meter row, pair number 2 will be allowed onto the run. They will then have to go through the exact same thing, so 1,200 meters on a row and 300 double unders. The time cap is 25 minutes.
Your lane assignments for this top heat. Some heavy hitters on the team competition. Oslo Navy Blue, the top qualifiers and podium finisher from last year. We got Nordic Original, Trondheim, the fellow Norwegians. And Matt, who do you have your eye on here?
I've got my eye on Oslo. Oslo Navy Blue. And it's just, they did great at the games. They're just such a solid competitor. And then for them to have a chance to work together for a year to get even better. They also have a chance to have one of their athletes is good enough to be able to compete as an individual athlete, that they backfill that with another superhero. There he is in the middle of your screen, maybe that big dog. And I think it's going to be interesting to see them deliver again.
And then a team you're quite familiar with, out of Stockholm, Sweden, probably Nordic Original.
Yeah, but exactly, and kind of the same thing here. Great team composed of some great athletes with a lot of individual experience and team experience. Right there in the middle of your screen, black shirt, green shorts. He's had some games experience, Alexander both on the team, so interested to see how they do.
The top teams here at Strength and Depth are often tackling a 2K run on the assault runner. 25-minute time cap for heat number 2. And as Matt's mentioned, this first mixed gender pairing will tackle the assault runner. Once they are done, that will release the second pair in their run. We'll have a waterfall style format where you can't progress forward until the team in front of you has finished that station.
Exactly, and as we talked about before, if you're looking at a 2,000-meter run, you're like, okay, that's a pretty decent run. No, it's not. It is several small sprints, and you're seeing pretty much all the teams out here on the floor. Fast transitions, great pace, shorter distances traveled, just to make sure that they get this done as fast as possible. The magic in this is making sure that you go so as fast as you can, but also that you stay on there long enough to let the person who's just been on there recover.
You see,
Alexander Ledoux.
You see that so much nicer than I do.
Well, I know him. That's my reason. This is how we want to pronounce it.
The crew from the Nordic Original, Alexander and Antonia, the first out of the gate here. She was a member of the Nordic team that was at the games last year.
Well, she was, and she won the RX division at Wadapalooza as well. So a great individual athlete, but also a great team athlete with a lot of experience.
You see Nikolai Villadel, the first male athlete from Oslo Navy Blue. Take this, it looks like, I believe that's Ingrid Hopenemir behind her, behind 3.5
Round 2.
Into this 25-minute time cap. Time cap didn't really play a factor in heat number 1.
So right now this is in lane number 5. So this is from the Oslo Navy Blue, and you can see right now. So let's just see where they're at. So the distance traveled now 13 to 70 meters. So another 700 meters, which is about approximately two intervals, I think, at the rate that they've been changing athletes so far. Can't imagine that Ingrid is going to go for the entire thing. Probably going to be 400 meters and then switch.
Some good quick math there, Matt.
Yeah.
We saw just a second ago the time to beat from heat number 1 that was CrossFit bladed. Only team to break 20 minutes. Matt, we might see a few teams do that here.
I think we will, and I think the deciding factor there was that the teams were pretty much side by side coming off of the run. They were pretty much side by side as they came off the rower. Now the big difference for both Serviton and for Clayton at that point was the double under. So pushing it on the double unders made a difference. The question we need to ask ourselves is that going to be the same for these teams that qualified better out of the qualifiers?
With such a long event here to start the weekend, Matt, what are your recipe success as we get into event number 1? Recipe for success delivered by Trifecta.
Well, I think first of all, manage the sprints. As we talked about, realize that the runs are not a long long distance run. It is a number of shorter sprints. I think that's the first one. Smart switches, making sure that you don't exhaust yourself, but you're still out there generating a lot of power and a lot of great results for the team. But as soon as you start falling off, switch. Then the last one is clear the path. Make sure that the first team you have out there are the best possible team. So should you hit the wall, you're leaving as few reps as possible or as few points as possible on the floor.
Right hand side of your screen, you see Antonia Podolinsky from Nordic Original.
I think that's Aylesbury right now, middle of your screen.
Yep, that is Jamie Lowry from CrossFit Aylesbury Team Tap. And that's the Oslo
and the three
navy blue and CrossFit front nine.
Yep. You got a little bit of Norwegians. Norwegians are crushing everything that's in your space, but now we got the strongest one. What are we all going to do?
24 sit-ups.
I believe we have the team of Eric Waddell, Lars Rudy, Lars Rubenbaum, and Ingrid Tundell from CrossFit Trondheim. Kind of came out of the middle of the pack there to be the first team to get to the rower alongside their countrymen and women from Norway, Oslo Navy Blue.
And I gotta say, I love this combination because you can be a great runner, but what are you gonna do on the road? You can be not as good on the run because you're tall and you're heavy, but then suddenly you come in your right element on the rower. So I love the way that this event is set up.
Trondheim, one of the top end finishers out of the team quarterfinals. Joining Oslo Navy Blue is this Norwegian contingent that is starting to find some success in the sport. We mentioned the finish last year at the games of that program.
Round 3.
Obviously that makes it better.
You see the hand in the air for lane number 7, and that's CrossFit Trondheim.
Yep. And the same thing up lane number 9, Supsborg. So their hand is in the air as well, and lane number 6. The originals. So basically, once again, we're seeing a lot of teams coming off of the rower pretty much at the same time.
And this is in line with what we saw at the previous heat. We start to see a few teams separate themselves into this row section, and that carries over because they are the ones that ultimately release the pair from the assault runner as well. As Ingrid Holmdem here, center right of your screen, white sports bra, black shorts is the first to the double unders, followed closely behind by, I believe, Ingrid Tundell from CrossFit Trondheim.
Yep.
2 Norwegian teams leading the way here in heat number 2. As we're getting close to the 10-minute mark on event number 1.
And just look at the difference now. Ingrid is really, really relaxed, but her wrists are going really, really fast. And then you see on the right side of your screen here from Trondheim, just a little bit more tense. And I'm thinking over time, yeah, there you go. You're going to have to break. So I think that's a big difference. So if you want to be relaxed, you still need to have the fast wrists so you're not jumping too fast and you can circle through faster.
Also navy blue on the left, Trondheim on the right. They are your top 2 teams. And in between them, coming up the middle, in lane number 6, CrossFit Nordic Original. You can see just in the back right of your screen on the left-hand side, that beige top, that's Antonia Podolinsky. She was the 3rd athlete to make it to the double under, so Nordic Original may be open to replicate what we saw from CrossFit Bladen in the previous heat and make the push in this back half.
I think so, and Antonia's really relaxed. And we talked about before as well, more seasoned athlete, doesn't have to keep her elbows as compact and as close. Fast wrists, and so she's really relaxed, but still circling through really, really fast. If you look on the left side of your screen, you've got Nicola Villadol, an amazing athlete, no doubt about it, but spending a lot more energy on every rep.
Yeah, you can see Villadol on the left-hand side of your screen in the gray top, really laboring through these final few double unders. Contrast that to Antonia on the right hand, just to the right of him. Calm, composed. She is yet to swap out here. She's ripping off a huge chunk of these 300 double unders.
Exactly. And I think as long as she can circle through them at the pace that she is right now, there's no reason to change. Like Alexander Elenu was going to be really, really fast on the double unders as well, no doubt about it. But as long as she's not a little bit like slowing down, don't stop. Because the transition is going to cost you approximately 5 to 8 double unders on every other team.
These are your top 3 teams, left to right. Oslo Navy Blue on the left, Nordic Original in the center of your screen as they just swapped out. CrossFit Trondheim on the right-hand side. It goes Navy Blue,
2,
as the first male-female pairing starts to wrap up their portion of this event.
1.
Exactly. If you look at Ingrid on the left side of your screen, so
Sit-ups.
that's the Oslo team, still just incredibly relaxed, fast wrist. That is something in the room. Not a lot of jump right there, but really, really fast on the wrist as well.
And you can see the team from Oslo Navy Blue, their second pairing is already off the runner. They just have to wait for them to get across their first pair to release them to the rower. And there they go, a pair of Lena Richter and Elvin Dalregard, first team to the rower.
Exactly, and I'm looking forward, that's one of the athletes I'm looking forward to seeing all the way. Elvin Dalregard, such a cool dude altogether.
10
My
left.
main crush is intact. Want to see him compete all way. That's Trondheim and has finished ahead of Nordic Originals.
And it looks like 3 teams are now to the rower.
2,
Oslo Navy Blue, and you can see just to the right of your screen, Michaela Norman from CrossFit Nordic Original. They're on the rower as well. To the right is Michaela. And event
round 4.
The top teams from CrossFit Strength and Depth are chewing into this second portion of their male-female pairings. These are your top 3. Oslo Navy Blue on the left-hand side. CrossFit Trondheim on the right-hand side. Black top, black shorts, and in the center of your screen, Nordic Original is third, and that is your time to be set by CrossFit Bladen in heat number 1, 19:53.
I'm going to be honest with you, Tommy. If Nordic Originals male athlete getting going right now, if he doesn't increase his cadence, Supsport are going to run over the Nordic team. That third place they have right now is going to be gone.
And that is Eric Bjork Rubio, a late addition to the Nordic Original team after one of their athletes was deemed ineligible. So some big shoes to fill in here in the last minute.
God, you're never going to be able to fill in the shoes of Viktor Lomsved. He's one of the best competitive athletes I've ever seen. He's been a part of this for so long. So I hope that Eric isn't trying to fill his shoes, but go out there and kind of start off his team career instead.
You'll see the hands in the air for Trondheim on the right-hand side of your screen, and Oslo Navy Blue on the left-hand side at the very top. It looks like Elvin Dalregard is going to close it out here as they move on to the final 300 double unders of this workout.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, I'm just loving what I'm seeing out on the floor. And Oslo, they come on those underdogs. I don't know where that came from, but that were that weren't the underdogs. I was just gonna make a fun about that, but I'm not now anymore. The Oslo team are just doing such a great job, and now you've got Trondheim once again out here.
And it looks like Trondheim has joined them on the double unders with Oslo Navy Blue about the 20-second lead. That's Lena Richter in the center of your screen. The back right of your screen. Trondheim, you can see Michaela Norman start to close it out here for Nordic Original. That would make them the third team to make it to the double unders. But in the far right as well, it looks like Supsport has made a push on the road, just as you predicted.
Yeah. But they've got to give it to Supsport. We're doing a great job on the rower. And I mean, it's just about pacing. Now, Eric Rubio obviously knows what pace he needs to do. So it's easy for you to say, hey, go faster, buddy. I mean, I'm not the one out there doing the work.
And a handful of teams have now joined the party on the double unders, as that's Lynn Winstad from CrossFit Supsport. They made up a ton of ground on the rower, and they have pulled even into third with Nordic Original heading into this final set.
They're doing a great job. And I mean, technique-wise, it looks really, really good as well. Very, very relaxed. But feast your eye, left side of your screen, gray shirt, blue shorts. And CrossFit Oslo element, now he just stopped just because of that, so I just jinxed it. They're just so relaxed. Such a seasoned athlete. He's been out there before. He knows exactly what's going on.
Beautiful technique from Oslo Navy Blue. Is about 1:45 left to beat the time set by CrossFit Bladen in that first event. Or first heat, sorry. These athletes are progressing forward every 100 reps, so you can see them move along. The further along they are, the further ahead they are compared to the rest of the field. You can see far right of your screen, the black Reebok top, that's Lynn Winstad. They're from CrossFit Supsport. They're in a race right now for the third overall in the heat between Michaela Norman and CrossFit Nordic Original. Michaela in the burgundy top, black pants, center left of your screen.